Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing, and today I need to make a card. Believe it or not, I never have a good stash of cards, and I make so many super cheerful cards. I don't really have one for my grandpa because he fell down, so I'm going to try and put something together that's masculine but still cheerful, and so we'll see what we can do here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I have this new die, and I went with Hello. I didn't want sympathy, and thinking of you gets old, so I thought this was cheerful and fun. Anyway, I have this new die. I'm taking it out of the package and cutting them apart. You can buy in the crafter section a set of tools to do this with. Oh, you guys, I forgot to turn on the software that helps me make sure I stay in camera. So we'll see how this goes. Anyway, if it's that bad, I'll just throw it out. You can buy these in the tool section, but I just use good old pliers from the garage that you can clip metal with. If you're a homeowner or you have friends who are, lots of times everybody's got some kind of pliers, and these are just snippers, and you want these ones that have this little section. See that? Here, let me put my hand right there. Then it'll focus. So you don't want like needle nose pliers. You want something that's going to cut that metal. It doesn't totally matter what it looks like. Okay, those have little pokey things, but they'll be fine for now. I'll fix them off camera. Okay, so this is the kind that layers like this. And what I thought would be fun is to use this super bright paper right here. I think I might want it on this so we get more of it. And what I was thinking was if I plan the card, then it'll line up perfectly. Here's my card base. I'm going to use gray, and it's going to go like this. Let's see if I have another layer that I like. Well, it's kind of a gray blue. We'll use this one just because I think I'm going to want layers. So you've seen me do this before. When I make a whole bunch of cards, I lay out the measurements. The reason I know the measurements is because I've done it a million times. So when you've done it a million times, you'll know too. This is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. So if I want a layer to go on top of it that looks nice, I want it to be 4 by 5 1/4. So I have a 1/4 inch all around. Just like that. See that? And then we'll cut this just a tiny bit smaller. And we should have enough for our little die down at the bottom. So 3 3/4 by, I don't want this hole in it. So let's go like this. 3 3/4 by 5. Put that like that. Then we'll take this piece of paper, line up the stripes, and normally I don't worry too much about lining up my patterns. It's not a big deal to me, but I think this will be easy, so we'll try it, and if it doesn't work, then we'll just say, well, that's not what we meant to do anyway. I think we're just going to keep it simple because I want to be sure that it goes out in tomorrow's mail. Okay, so I used my purple tape. I used a ton of it, by the way. You could use washi tape. My washi tape was too far away because I've put everything away because I'm so tidy. And then I'm going to layer it up, my little sandwich and my Sizzix here. My Big Shot. Hopefully you got one at Tuesday morning when I did, or you already had one. Then I'm going to roll it through. Those of you who die cut all the time are probably thinking, oh, well, she could have done that differently. Yep. Don't care. My pads are getting bent, and I'm okay with that. Let's remember, people, I paid $49 for the whole thing. 49, wasn't it? I think. Then we have this, and I'm going to use my thumbnail to just pop it out. And then let's take, I haven't really thought my layers through. This is kind of dark right there. I won't get a lot of contrast. You know what? Let's go ahead and use black just to make it pop. In fact, there's this weird piece of paper right here that isn't totally black. I don't know why it's here, but it'll be great for this. Because it's not like black, but it's dark. And we'll just stick this right here, and we can reuse the same tape. In fact, let's use about half as much. So then I switched to the other die, which is skinnier, that's made the layer on top of it. Ow. Then I dropped the purple tape on my foot. And this thing's getting a little bent, so I'm going to flip it over like this. And I know dies are not cheap, because I didn't get these at Tuesday morning, but they're just so darn fast. Okay, there it is, you guys. I almost lost it. It seems kind of dark in here. I hope you can see okay. Okay, this is super fine, and I saw a sample. One thing that's really nice about Impress, the store I went to in Washington and made you guys a haul video. I can't remember if I actually made you a video of the store. I have some footage, but they have a ton of samples of their products, so you can look at it and see. So I think this will work good for me. A couple of them I thought were a little spindly and I didn't like them. It might have been a little better if it was somewhat thicker because, oh, this didn't have as much contrast on the O's. I forgot about that. My friend has one. I might just figure out which one she has and buy it. Her hello is bolder, so sometimes on cards I use just the top layer instead of both. The thing about this one that's really nice though, and part of the reason I bought this, is I really like the size. You could put this on a card and still put flowers or animals or other embellishments all over it, which for a masculine card isn't such a big deal. I am actually going to do Gigi's system. So Creative Gigi, I talked about her glue technique recently and I showed it, and she puts glue onto some of her die cuts like this. Now I could get out my little tiny glue pen and glue this whole thing up, or I could do this and just put it in the glue. I think this way it's definitely quicker. Maybe I get a little messier, I don't know, but I think it works better. And then I'm gonna take my hello and just layer it right down on here. And I used art glitter glue, so if I got it on the front a little bit, it doesn't matter. It'll dry beautifully. This weekend I was using this Tombow glue, which I know a lot of you like, the Tombow liquid, multi whatever, double-ended. I found it to be very sticky and very messy. Now maybe it's just because more comes out and I was trying to work in a hotel room and I didn't have necessarily all the right tools, but I also found, there we go, I think that's going to be cute. I also found that the next morning some of my sequins were still a little sticky, the glue around them. So I did not love that. Okay, the card base itself is a little light, but we'll just roll with it. And have my stash of Hermodado. This one's the new one that I picked up at Tuesday morning. And let's be sure I glue these down in the right order. But if I'm using this glue and I put them in the wrong place, I can pick them back up. I do not know why this glue is not all over the market these days. I don't know what's up. There we go. Get you back in focus. Okay, I'm going to use this part right here. See, this has some ink on it. Can you guys see that? I got ink on it somehow. No big deal. Don't throw those out. Keep them, because at some point you can make a card that just covers it up. Oops, too much. Oh well. Art glitter glue is pretty forgiving. There we go. Now, I didn't get enough glue in the corner, and something about that paper is tweaked. hope you guys are having a fabulous day, doing something fun, or at least just kicking your feet up while you watch me make a card. After this, I'm going to kick my feet up and watch YouTube. Okay. Oh, shoot. You know what? I didn't check to see if I was putting it on right side up. Did I? It doesn't seem like it, does it? No. Because that is where it lines up. Okay. No problem. Because this is Hermafix. This is why I love it, you guys. I still do not understand why we don't have a ton of this. Now, when I do lift it up, especially because it was the whole entire card base, I'm going to flip it. Now, this is what I should have done. I should have laid it on here first to make sure I had it right side up. There we go. There. Okay. Now, I'm not going to glue that directly on there. I'm looking for some interest. This is the... I'm working on my 6x6 pads, you guys. This is the Work Hard, Play Hard. I actually bought this more... I think I bought it and made my dad's Father's Day card with it. It has a bunch of athletic exercise stuff, which is not appropriate for someone who fell and is in a big cast. So I'm trying to not work any of that in, but I'm trying to figure out how to get some nice contrast. I think I'll go with this paper right here with the gears on it. And I think my 2.5-inch punch will work perfectly. We'll see. If not, then I have a circle for something else. Okay, so that's kind of what I was thinking. That's a little boring, right? I'm trying to keep it masculine, but we don't have to make it boring. So let's try and find... This is kind of ugly, isn't it? What do you think? I wish you were here to vote. Okay, it's not awesome, but it's better than nothing. I have black ribbons, but they don't really work. Okay, I'm going to use it because... What else do I have? I have a navy blue rickrack. Let's try it. I think it's too bright. I think it's more royal than navy. I just think it's fun with the stripe. There we go. Well, of course, I like the blue one. But honestly, I think maybe the brown one goes better because it has all those earth tones. Okay, how about this? We'll turn it that way. And then I need to put that... This is flimsy and it's going to be bent up for sure if I put it on top of this without any paper. So I need some cardboard that I have sitting around. So you don't throw away your 6x6 paper pads. I mean, you can't keep every cereal box and every cracker box and that kind of thing, but keep a stash of cardboard. I'm pretty sure I got this punch at Goodwill, and it doesn't work like perfectly. I wonder why I wrote 2.5 on this punch twice, like I didn't notice it the first time. Hope I didn't do that on camera, so you guys were like, what is wrong with her? Okay. And be sure that you pick a color that's pretty close. This is white and light, so it'll work. Here we go. Here we go. I'd love to put some glitter on here, but I don't really think that's appropriate. Maybe we could find some enamel dots. Those are weird colors for this project. Oh, okay, what about these? I don't know what these things are called, but let's use these. These might be Stampin' Up! Or something. Those will be fun. And these blue-gray ones might be nice, or the gray-gray ones. So I'm going to take this thing. Let's just start gluing some stuff together. As a card maker, sometimes you just have to say, this card has to be done, and we need to get it there, right? We can't spend 4 days working on a technique. I don't have time for mixed media that's going to take a day to dry. People need to know we're thinking of them in a timely manner. I think this is actually going to be kind of cute. I hope you guys aren't like, oh my gosh, that brown rickrack is terrible. I think it's masculine. Yeah, I did not So remember, I've been using wet glue Hermafix all the time, and I forgot that if I put the Hermadotto on there, it wasn't going to slide like with wet glue. So I think on my circles I should stick with wet glue. Didn't line up perfectly, but since my color is so close, it's not bad, and I kind of like that it gives it some dimension. Now, what I'm thinking here is maybe not across the whole card, just like this. And then let's put some of, I have a lot of glue on my fingers, and I don't know what's best to use on these. I've honestly never used these. So I feel like it's a big day. So I don't know how sticky they are or anything like that. They seem pretty cute. I would like to know where these came from so I could get more. And I think I'll use some of these lighter ones, like down here for contrast. Kind of add some fun. So, oh shoot, I forgot, right? I lined up the things. There we go. Okay. I don't like that that one is right below that one. Let's go ahead. Can I pop that off? Yeah, we're going to leave that because it doesn't seem like it wants to come off. And there are some on here that are bright white, but I'm trying to get the cream ones. There we go. And then how about one more dark one? Right there. And some foam mount. So this card is just, I knew I needed a card, and when you need a masculine card, that kind of narrows, right? I can't use all those pink 6x6 pads. So you can kind of see, one thing that I did notice is my room is getting a lot cleaner, and that made it easier for me to find things. I mean, now I've made a giant mess, but I also have an idea of where to put things back. Do you think I cut it too short? Oh well, we're going with it. And then I need to remember, I keep wanting to pivot that at an angle because I think it's fun, but I need to keep it straight. I think I cut that too short. What if we use the blue one also? Oh, maybe we can't because I lost it. Here. Or there. Let's make that a little more fun. We'll go like that. Yeah, I'm going to put them both. I'm just going to put them both on there. We'll see. So far, in my entire card making life, no one's ever called me up and gone, you know, that doesn't match. So it'll probably be fine. Oh, that's actually kind of fun, you guys. Okay, now, if you're going to use, I need to mail this, right? So I'm going to try and separate these a little more, and then put the foam mount around and through them. Does that make any sense? So that the paper will stick to it. Let me show you. So I'm going to put them right there so that the foam mount is not on top of all of this fabric too. Let me zoom in more. I don't know if it's going to be that wide, but it will go here. And here. And then I'm going to take this bottle and go like this. Oh shoot, my glue is leaking. I had it laying on its side, and it's really warm in here, and that seems to have something to do with the when I have glue problems. It's almost time to open my next bottle, but not quite. Okay, maybe this is the week. Oops. There we go. That seems closer. I need to put that on that big pile of glue. I have a few things that aren't back in the right spots because I was gone this weekend, so there's no rag nearby. I've been trying to be better about using so many baby wipes. You know, more environmentally friendly so I don't feel guilty about all the stuff I buy. I'm gonna put, I need some more of these things, but I'm not sure exactly where they're not gonna show. When you get a bunch of dimension on a card and then you're trying to keep it flush, it gets trickier. If I was just gonna hand it to you and I didn't care how tall it was, then it wouldn't matter, right? Okay, I think that'll work. I'm just gonna line up my stripes, hopefully. You have a better angle than I do. And then put it right down on that foam mount and push on it. And then you can see it has some dimension, but it's not giant. It should mail pretty well and still look good when it gets there. These ends are like raggedy. Those of you who sew are like, what is she doing? There, that's better. Okay. All right. And on a masculine card, I always want to add more and more and more because, you know, on girl cards, we put tons of flowers and stuff. So I am going to add a few more dots here and there just to mix it up. Okay. And I think that's it. I'll stamp the back with my crafting and relaxing stamp. And I'll probably stamp the envelope too, just to add some more cheer to it. And then I'll have it in the mail to him tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a great week. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, be sure and do so. And if you have, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. I'm really having a great time getting to know all of you and making videos and learning from you too. So thank you so much. Bye-bye.